I was born and raised in Hackney, East London, to a 2.4 family. My mother, my father, my sister and myself. Unfortunately, at a very early age, my dad left, I think when me and my sister were 6 or 7, or 7 or 8. So growing up, I didn't know my dad. Thankfully, 4 or 5 years ago, on Father's Day, me and my dad reunited after 25 plus years. And it was the most emotional time of my life. I mean, I'm sure you guys heard that song, Justin Timberlake, Cry Me a River. But in this case, it was Cry Me an Ocean. I mean, I hadn't seen my father for 25 plus years. I was crying, 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 amazing. So I went through the education system. I went to college, secondary school, college, university. Obviously, being a Nigerian, my mum, very strict. And you have to be a doctor, lawyer, or pharmacist. So when I got to university, I went to Middlesex University in northwest London in Hendon. I didn't really know what I wanted to become, but obviously as a Nigerian, as a doctor, lawyer, pharmacist. Unfortunately, when I got to the second year of university, I dropped out and I began living a particular life called the street life. Now, many of you might not know what the street life is. It was literally hanging out on the streets of London, up to no good. It wasn't really gangs, but it was just young men, particularly young black men, up to no good. Unfortunately, that 10-year period, 6 of my friends got murdered and I nearly got shot dead too. So obviously I didn't get shot dead because I'd be a ghost, and obviously I'm not a ghost, because ghosts don't eat pounded yam. I also saw Her Majesty on 2 occasions, and I'm not talking about Buckingham Palace. If you know, you know. Fast forward 2017, so I founded 2 companies. As I said, I'm a leadership speaker, business coach, entrepreneur. So my title, my talk is How to Become a Leader of Distinction. How to become a leader of distinction. We live in a very, again, leadership isn't about age, but rather leadership is about influence, impact, and inspiration. So it's so important that you understand that your leadership responsibility isn't in the hands of any government. Your leadership capacity is in the hand of your parents. The leadership capacity that you hold, the potential that you hold, is in you. But how do you rise up in leadership? The first thing I want to speak about is about vision, but I want to really extend it into legacy. Dear leader, you do not have to be dead to leave a legacy. You don't have to be dead to leave a legacy. So what is your legacy that you want to leave for this generation and generations to come? And it starts from your vision. And your vision is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. Many of us were forced into university to do what are called, maybe because maybe our parents want us to do it, or we just want to do it for the sake of doing it. But your vision, your life vision to be influential, impact, and inspiration is connected to your gifts, your talents, and your passion. Until a young person identifies and believes their gifts, their talents, and their passion, they can never rise in leadership. Why do you think young people are killing each other in London? Because they haven't found their gifts, their talents, and their passion. And don't say, well, I've got all the time in my life because I'm only 23, 24. We're in September already. Before you know it, it's going to be Happy New Year 2018. So leadership isn't about age, but rather it's about influence, impact, and inspiration. But before you can influence anyone, you have to influence yourself. Before you can impact or inspire anyone, you have to impact and inspire yourself. But where does the inspiration come? It comes by seeing the future. So may I ask you, what do you see? Do you see opportunities and possibilities, or do you see obstacles and problems? Because in the obstacles and problems, that's where you're going to find your opportunities and possibilities. So it's critical, it's vital that I want to challenge you to begin to see the next 5 years, the next 10 years, even the next 15 years. But you might say to me, oh, Onyi, but how can you say the next 5 years, the next 10 years? When Mr. and Mrs. Smith get married and they sign up for a mortgage, a 25-year mortgage, how do they know in 18 years' time they're still going to be working to pay off their mortgage? So they've seen something, they believe something, and they're taking baby steps to achieve something. So again, I'll ask you, what do you see regarding Nigeria? What do you see regarding entrepreneurship? What do you see regarding your potential in your leadership? Because if you don't see the future today, tomorrow's going to be too blurry. And as was mentioned, Nigeria has gone through an interesting change, to say the least. And it's not just down to the government. It's down to you. It's down to you as your leadership capacity. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. My journey from detention to distinction hasn't been easy. But I've made up my mind. I saw the future. So in 2010, I had to move back into my mum's house. I had an idea for my first book. I didn't have a pound to my name. I couldn't even afford to buy paper. I had to use scrap paper to write my first book. But if I didn't take that step of faith in 2010, I wouldn't be here now in 2017 speaking to you. So again, what do you see? Don't let the obstacles or problems stop you. In fact, that's meant to refine you. That's meant to define you. That's meant to get your distinction out. Because leadership isn't about me, myself, and I. Leadership is about him, her, and them. Unfortunately in Africa, and I'm not going to mention any countries, leadership is so selfish. Leadership is about me, myself and I. Take. But leadership and distinction is about him, her and them. So I really want to challenge you. Begin to see the future. Begin to celebrate your future. Begin to understand your future. That the future that you're thinking about or you need to think about has already started it. Why do you think China is progressing at an alarming rate? Why do you think Saudi Arabia is progressing at an alarming rate? Even to a certain extent, America. Because they've seen the future and they're running towards it. So leadership isn't about age, but rather it's about influence, impact, and inspiration. A great man once said, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Who are the 3 people that you regularly hang around to? What are they saying? What are they bringing to the table of your life? Is it just misery, mayhem, and madness? Or is it discipline, dedication, and distinction? So show me your friends and I can tell you where you're going to be in the next 3 to 5 years. Yes, Nigeria, we're going through issues, but if you're surrounding yourself with people that say Nigeria will never work, it will never work, it will never work, they're already defining who you are and where you're going to be. The next thing I want to speak about is about branding. Branding is not just a product. It's one of my quotes I created in 2016, I think. Branding is not just a product. It's also a way of life, an idea. Branding is actually leadership. So branding is not the iPhone, it's not the Samsung, it's not the Gucci. It's your idea, it's your vision of change. As our distinguished guest said, it's about being a change agent. If you're not being a change agent, you're part of the problem. And if you're part of the problem, you can never rise in leadership. So you are your brand. So for my message of distinction, I created the 3 V's of branding. Your vision, your values, and your voice. We mentioned the vision. I believe you need to start having a 5-year minimum, 10-year vision. Your values. What values do you hold dear? In regards to excellence, in regards to time management, in regards bringing change into your community. And also your voice. You're saying something online. Social media is now your business card. Social media is now your website. Social media is now your CV. So you're saying something online. So now you have to understand that the world is changing at an alarming rate. As Yemi mentioned, people are watching you. Some people you don't even know are watching you and observing you. And are listening to what you're saying. So are you speaking discipline, dedication, and determination? Or is it just misery, mayhem, and madness? You are a leader, and now you have to celebrate your leadership potential. And that's by understanding you are a brand. And branding and excellence go hand in hand. Why is it that we go to Selfridges, or Harrods, or Primark, or Zara, wherever you go to shop? Why do we buy quality goods? Why do we buy quality phones? Why do we buy quality products and services? Because it's excellence. So if we can so easily buy products and services of excellence, isn't it important that you now become a leader of excellence so people can buy into your brand, people can buy into your vision, your values, and your voice? I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to challenge you to possess your future, which starts today, and understand that Nigeria is waiting for you. The UK is waiting for you. Africa is waiting for you. But if you don't rise up in leadership distinction, then it's going to be the same old year in, year out. The second from last thing I want to speak about is about creativity. Creativity makes the world go around. Many of us have got iPhones or Samsung, whatever phone we've got. That's somebody's creative idea. The clothes that we're wearing, that's somebody's creative idea. The watch, the perfume, the aftershave that we're wearing, that's somebody's creative idea. What's your creative idea? You know, iPhone 8's coming out, or it's out very soon, and many of us here might be lining up for 3 days for a mobile phone. But that's somebody buying into someone's creative idea. But please, I want you to remember this, tweet it, record it, take a picture, whatever. Dear leader, your creativity will come from your observation, your desperation, or from your acceleration. I say again, your creativity will come from your observation. You have to be seeing something. If you're just seeing, I watch the news once in a while, but if you're just watching the news and reading the paper, you're not going to see any creative aspects. It comes from your desperation. If you're not fed up of being fed up, then you're going to be on the same level for life. I do make an apology, but unfortunately, so many of our parents' generation here in the UK didn't see nothing. So some of them are in their 70s, 80s, even in the 90s, and still working. Working like an elephant, eating like a rat, because they didn't understand. It's not just about qualifications. Please get the best possible grades, but please remember this, creativity is the new qualification. You can get a first-class degree, it doesn't mean anything no more, because the global market is now local, and the local market is now global. So creativity is the new qualification. So be creative in your thoughts. Be creative. You know, we've all got ideas. is now very important. If not, you're not doing it already. Begin to, I mentioned it earlier, YouTube videos with your ideas in your industry. So if you're in law, have an idea. Be an innovative thinker. Have an idea about the law. If you want to get into finance, start writing articles about the financial market. Creativity is the new qualification. Please, I'm not saying don't work hard. I know some of you have got some strict parents, and if you don't get your first or 2-1, they will slap you very well. I'm not saying don't work hard, but just don't put all your emphasis, okay, I've got my first, I've got my 2-1, and? So I really want to challenge you for now, for the remaining time you're in university, begin to write articles in your chosen field. Be a solution center. Start a YouTube channel. You know, we've got YouTube channels, how to make pounded yam, which is my favorite food, how to do your hair relaxing. That's somebody's idea. So the industry that you want to become in, start a YouTube channel, start writing articles, start networking in the, not just in our community, but network in your chosen field. One of my goals, I go to network events, whether it's in finance, whether it's in leadership, whether it's in business, and that's my net worth. And that's changed my business level. So for you as students, begin to network with like-minded people. Listen, we're living in very interesting times. So leadership isn't about age, it's about influence, impact, and inspiration. But you might think, oh my gosh, who am I to take the lead? You have to take the lead. Because if you don't take the lead, someone else is going to take the lead. And guess what happens? We start complaining. Oh, I should have done it this way. Oh, they should have done it that way. But why didn't we take the lead in the first place? So leadership isn't about age. It's about influence, impact, and inspiration. So you are your brand, your vision, your values, and your voice. Creativity makes the world go round. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been an absolutely wonderful audience. Give yourself a round of applause. That was just a preview. Now let me get down to business. I'm joking.